primary reasons why we don't use the clothes in our closet is because we can't see them and we don't have access to them. I think closet organization and figuring out a way to make your clothes easily accessible and appealing is a huge piece of slow fashion that is often overlooked. So this is something that I'm going to talk to you about today. I am switching over my closet from fall winter to spring summer. Yes, I know it's fairly late in the game to be doing this, but I've been busy and this is real life. I think a lot of us have these great ambitions to always have a perfectly edited closet that looks, you know, the way we think it should on the internet. But I hope that this video gives you an idea of how to do a closet switchover fairly easily without being too complicated and without making it feel like a really daunting task that you never actually do. So if you are interested in getting more wear out of your clothes without actually buying anything and saving a lot of money in the process, I think doing a simple closet switchover so that the clothes that you're actually going to wear for your current season and your current lifestyle are front and center, so you actually get to wear them. On this channel, I talk about slow fashion and ways to use creativity instead of overconsumption to find our personal style and to just, you know, look good and feel good most of the time, if possible. If that sounds like your jam, let's get into it. My closet is big enough to carry all of my seasonal items and even evening wear and occasion wear. It spans the entire length of this wall here. So all I'm going to do is move around the items in my closet, reorganize them so that the seasonal pieces or the warmer pieces for spring and summer are front and center. I also have one shelf in a guest room where I swap things out. So I've got a little bit of extra space that I can use, but if I wanted to, I could probably still fit everything in here. One thing that always triggers this kind of switchover or just a closet reorganization is when I'm feeling like I have too much choice in the morning or when things are feeling a little bit jammed. Whether or not there is a seasonal changeover, I will still find myself reorganizing and going through my closet when I'm feeling that overwhelm or when I'm just feeling like things are too packed too tightly. This is a little bit more intuitive than following strict closet editing or capsule closet rules, and I find this is easily as effective if you are more of an intuitive learner as well. The first thing that you want to do with your closet reorg is figure out which part of your closet you go to automatically. Figure out what your behavior is before getting dressed. What you want to do is place the majority of your clothing, the go-to items, the ones that are usually part of your regular spring-summer uniform, those are the pieces that are going to be in the kind of star spot, in the spotlight of your closet. I tend to gravitate to this left-handed section first. So knowing this, and knowing that my outfit formula consists usually of jeans and a light either tank or t-shirt or button-up shirt or a mini skirt and shorts and a long sleeve button-up situation or blouse, I'm gonna put all of my button-ups, blouses, and camis and tank tops here, and my denim here as well. So now knowing what items I want to put in what section of my closet, I'm gonna do a little bit of like a declutter session as well for each section. So what I did was I took all of my tank tops and t-shirts, camisoles, and I put those on a small rack and went through them. I'm gonna get into decluttering in another video, but I do feel like these two activities, a declutter and a closet like switchover, really do go hand in hand. And when I say declutter, I don't mean, you know, just going through things and getting rid of them, because that is equally problematic and wasteful if we're not doing it thoughtfully. So once I've gone through each garment section, the tank tops, the t-shirts, the blouses. I've even got like my long sleeve shirts, and I even went through blazers here. And I'm not a huge blazer person, but something else that I like to use this closet switchover activity for is to put items that I want to wear, that I want to push myself perhaps to style more creatively. I put those in the spotlight section as well. And I don't mind this because oftentimes in the warmer weather, blazers become become my jacket. During this whole switchover process, as you go through each section, figuring out how you want to store them for things that are hanging, that you're using at least the same hanger, if possible. They don't all have to be perfectly matching in color. Like you can see here, I've got different colors, but I'm using all of those like velvet hangers when I can. The reason why I try and use hangers that are the same thickness or that are at least the same shape is so that everything is hanging at the same level and it looks more uniform. So I'm not digging through all of these pieces and getting frustrated because things are kind of hanging all lopsided, but it's a really, really great method to help you see your clothes. I also like to go by texture versus color. So I go from lighter weight textures to heavier weight textures, and then I organize it by color and vibe. And I do that for each section. Same thing you can see here with my denim pile. It's going from dark and heaviest to light. And what I've done here at the bottom, I had a kind of a mixture of long winter skirts and some leather trousers down here. But what I've done is I've moved those to the other side of the wardrobe so that the only 3 skirts I have hanging here are the 3 skirts that I have for summer. This middle section hasn't changed as much because a lot of it is accessories and things that I use all year round. So just to give you a rundown, I've got bathing suits, eyeglasses, cases and things like that, pajamas, belts, all of these things are just seasonal. They're in such a handy little basket. I don't really need to bring them up or anything or change them. Here I've got my sports bras, leggings, all that kind of stuff, socks and hosiery in here. I just went through and decluttered all of my long sleeve t-shirts, and these are all the finer weights. So I've actually refolded them so that they are a little bit Marie Kondo style so that I can actually see all of them in this basket. And here originally I had all of my heavier winter knitwear, and a lot of my lighter knitwear was up on this section of the closet. Here I've got merinos, cashmeres, and cardigans all in this basket. I'm gonna show you where I have my shorts. They're technically a little bit farther than I would like. You know what, we're gonna do this right now. So here we go. I'm gonna put them this way so that they fit a little bit better. And this shelf, I didn't change at all. This is loungewear. And then in this basket here, I've got undies and bras. Down here on my shoe rack, I've actually switched to as many sort of summer pumps and sandals and shoes as I can. And I've kept it to mostly my lower heels or the high heels that I might reach for more often. So I've got this small pile of sweaters here. These are the more, again, like medium weight sweaters. I've moved them away from that middle shelf and put them here. And these are sort of lighter weight cashmeres, lighter weight merinos. I might use them, you know? But this little section also, I've switched over my running gear from my winter gear to spring summer. And this was a case where I have another container in the guest room where my winter running gear goes. Here though is kind of the catch-all section. It's not the most beautiful because it contains all of my evening wear for winter, summer, all of those seasons. It's got my heavier winter sweaters and whatnot, but it also has my spring, summer trousers, skirts, and dresses. I'm not a huge dress wearer in the summer. At least I wasn't. I don't have a choice in terms of where I put my dresses because this is the only long hanging section of my closet. To be completely honest, I'm starting to wear dresses more this year, so I'm gonna pay attention to that. But right now I've got long spring summer trousers, and again I switched all the hangers so that they're all hanging at this level. I've got one long skirt. Even though my philosophy was, yes, let me put all my summer skirts in that front section there, I didn't want this skirt hanging with all of those camisoles and things like that because it would have given me like that difference in height. This would have kind of been getting caught in all those tops. I would rather have it hanging with my longer silhouettes. Also, having these longer silhouettes grouped together is a prompt that I like to use when I'm getting dressed. So I always get dressed from the lens of elements of style, things like silhouette, proportions, textures, color play, and rather than starting to build an outfit from one garment, which I find can get me kind of stuck, I can start my day and say, I kind of feel like having my legs covered today. So I can immediately go to this section and find all of my options for that element, which is the longer proportion on the bottom. The other piece that I think is really important when you do your closet switchover, especially if you have more limited space and maybe you don't have another room in which to, put seasonal things, I think we have to be okay with not having a picture perfect closet. We have to be okay with having some textures that are just gonna like stick out and feel a bit random. I don't think it's realistic to expect to have a perfectly edited and curated closet at all times. Life can be hectic, and I think doing the best you can and just making sure that you can really see your pieces so that you get so much more joy out of them. Also, when you've got hanging space and when your clothes have a little bit more room to breathe, they're gonna hang better. And it's gonna be so much more appealing because it won't be squished and wrinkled in the back. And making your clothes more appealing and attractive to put on and get dressed makes shopping your closet so much more fun. It actually feels like a little boutique, I hope you like this little switchover. I hope it's given you some tips on how to organize your closet in a way that you get more use out of it. If you've got any questions or anything, pop them in the comments below. I always love to hear from you. You can also join my membership community where we have so many more in-depth discussions about style and what to do with our clothes and all of these really great nuanced topics that pop up in slow fashion. I will leave a link for that in the description box below. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, week, or evening, wherever you're at, and I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao.